Hi y'all, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com, and today I am here to show you how to make this fabulous yoga tote. For this project you're going to need just under 3.5 yards of fabric. All of the pattern measurements are in the notes, so just scroll on down there and get those details before you begin. I wanted to show you the snaps that I use for this. It's the heavy duty snaps. You can use any kind of snap that you like. I install these with a little hammer and I just work on a cutting board or on the desk there, and they install very nicely. The reason I show you that is because I give you a couple of options beyond the snaps in the video. So there is a snap there at center for each compartment, and each compartment has 3 slip pockets inside of there. And then I installed 2 snaps to hold together the actual body of the bag, which unfolds like that. And then I have the yoga mat inside of there, and this is an extra large Manduka yoga mat. So you can see the snaps there. And then I also installed a snap to secure that interior zipper compartment. So I love this bag because it folds up when you're not using it. So let's say you're at class, you could just hang this right up on the hook. It isn't going to take up a lot of space. And then when it's time to go, all you have to do is roll up your mat, drop that in, snap it up, and you're on your way out the door. And my mat grips this so it isn't going to fall out. I'm not going to lose it. I've wrestled with other yoga bags in the past, and this is by far my favorite design. I'm so thrilled with how this turned out. I hope you enjoy making it. Please let me know if you have any questions. I invite you to improve the design as well. I hope you consider joining our closed Facebook group. There's a link directly over at Sewspire.com. Shall we get started? To begin, you're going to take your 2 body panels, which are 18 inches wide by 36 inches long, and these are backed with Pellon 809, and I stitch my Pellon down the center as well as fuse that with the iron. So take your Pellon back body pieces and position those right sides facing, and then using 5/8 inch seam allowance, stitch down both the right and left long sides. Leave the top and bottom shorter sides open. So you're creating a very long tube. Okay, I have my long tube here, still wrong sides facing out. I'm going to flip that around and then head on over to the iron and press that nice and flat. I'm going to take those open ends and turn them inward an inch and press that hem at the top and the bottom. Okay, I have pressed that right side out, and on either end there I folded those edges inward an inch and press those flat. I'm going to set this aside so we can craft the interior compartments with pockets. You're going to make 2 of these. I have one done, they're identical, and this is the insert for the bag that creates the 2-way divided compartments. And I have 3 slip pockets on the inside. So for this part of the project, again, you're going to make 2. Together we're going to sew 1. You need a piece of material that's 18 inches wide by 30 inches long, and you position that on your mat. And then you're going to take your pocket panel, which is 18 by 18, fold that in half, and then press the bottom and the top edges. So this top edge here that you pressed under will become the top edge of your pocket, and you just stitch that. And then take your body panel and 4 inches from the top edge of that, position the top edge of your pocket. And you can divide your pocket any way that you like. Mine is divided in thirds. You could do it in half. You could create one very large pocket if you like as well. Whatever you decide. So you're going to pin the pocket in place, and then at first stitch across the base of that pocket, and then divide the pocket as you like. I have my interior panel with the pocket attached. I want to fold that in half so the fold is at the bottom and the raw edges align at the top and the sides. And then using 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, stitch down either side to create that interior liner. And then take your top edge of this and fold it outward an inch and press that flat. And you will have 2 of those. So bring back your larger panel that we created, and you're going to fit these panels in either end of that, and then pin everything in place. I begin with lining up the sides first. And for this, you're going to want your pockets towards the outside of the bag. So this is my exterior and this is my interior. So make sure the pockets are facing towards that exterior. Okay, I have fit both of those liners in either end, and the pockets are towards the exterior. And now I just want to make sure that everything's nice and smooth and that interior liner is laying flat. So reach inside of there and press everything down with your hand, because you're going to divide this panel into thirds. I'm going to mark center on this by folding it in half. And then I'll put a pin there at center. And then I'm going to use my ruler to section off an 11-inch partition there. Should capture all of that lining, and I'm going to check. Yep. So that's 5.5 inches from center. I'm just putting pins in there to mark where I'll stitch and to hold that lining in place. So I'm going to stitch 2 rows like that to create an 11-inch panel in the center of this. And I added a row of stitching down the center as well. And that'll further reinforce that base by locking in that Pellon so it doesn't shift if you need to wash this. So the distance between the 2 outermost stitch lines is 11 inches. And then ideally you captured the base of your pocket panel there, and everything is sealed up on the inside, and mine looks wonderful. So now I am going to set this aside, and we're going to craft the straps for the bag. This is using my standard strap making method. You're going to take 2 pieces of fabric that are 30 inches long and 6 inches wide, and you'll fold those in half long ways, press, open that up, bring those outer edges in to meet on that center press line, and then fold that over and stitch. I did put a 3-inch strip of Pellon on the interior channel of that strap, and that'll offer it more body and rigidity. So you will need 2 straps. Then I just stitch that open end closed and then add a second row of stitching on the opposite folded edge to finish. Okay, I have my 2 straps crafted. I'll bring back that body panel, and on either end you're going to want to, on the outer layers there in between the exterior and that pocket panel, you're going to tuck your strap ends in, and you can position those as far from the outer edge as you like or closer in depending on what's comfortable for you. I'm going to go with 4.5 inches from that outer edge, and make sure you're tucking those in between the exterior layer and that interior panel with the pockets, okay? And just put a pin in there to hold that. Mark the same distance from the other edge, 4.5, and I'm tucking that strap down in there about 1.5 inches. That's what that looks like, and then you can see that interior part of the bag does not have a handle. And then repeat that process on the other side, and if you fold that in half, you can use the opposite side as your guide, because you definitely want your handles aligned. And then double check and make sure that your handles have the same length and have the same drop and are the same distance from the outer edge. Then you're going to remove the machine deck and stitch all the way around the perimeter of both ends to secure that handle and secure the interior lining to this exterior body panel. You're going to want to reinforce 2 or 3 times at those handles. Okay, I have stitched all the way around both open ends and attaching that interior liner to the body of the bag and securing those straps. Now you have a couple of options. If you wanted to finish up now, what you would do is align those interior seams that don't have the handles and then stitch all the way across there, and then your yoga mat would slide in there, and then you could carry this bag by the handles like that, and your yoga mat would fit in there, and that is a great option. I'm going to show you though how to make an interior zipper compartment for this to add another layer of functionality. For the zipper compartment there, you're going to need a 14-inch zipper, and I created 2 patchwork panels that measured 15 inches wide by 18 inches long. You can use 2 single solid cuts of fabric. Take those and fold them right sides out so that you have a panel that's 15 inches wide by 9 inches tall with the fold at the top, and position your folds together towards the center on your mat, and then take your zipper and bring that fabric fold up on top of that zipper, just a little distance there between the teeth and the fold, enough so that the zipper pull will clear that. and then just stitch down either side of that zipper to secure it. And as you're stitching, you'll have to open that zipper up and move around that zipper head. Okay, I have attached my zipper, so I have raw edges and the zipper is attached between those folds. And now what I want to do is take those exterior top pieces and pull them up like that, so I have something that looks like this, and I'm going to stitch all the way around 3 sides of this. So do the left and right side and the base of that. Leave the part where you can see the zipper pull that end, which is my top end, open so we can turn this. Okay, I have this top edge open and I can see the zipper pull, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and I've stitched down the sides and the base. I'm going to turn that around. I want to take that open raw edge and fold that inward 1/2 inch, press that and stitch that closed. Okay, so press that open end, which is the exterior, under, and then I'm going to go ahead and stitch that closed. And then I can tuck that interior inside of there. And I have this great zipper pouch, which now I want to take and stitch into the interior of this bag. And this pouch will be perfect for valuables and loose items that you don't want flopping around in there. So you're going to take the pouch, and I would squish up that interior layer so you're just stitching through that exterior, and position that along one of these side panels towards the top there. So you're going to center it. So I have my 3 stitch lines here. These are the outer stitch lines and the center stitch line. So I'm going to position this along one of those outer stitch lines, center it, and go ahead and just stitch it right in place there. Okay, and now I have a zipper pouch that is attached, and you can put your yoga mat in there, and the zipper pouch will be against the wall like that, and then you carry this by the handles. I definitely recommend adding snaps, or you could even integrate a tie closure here, because you're going to want to have these center panels connected when you carry this, but you do have a lot of options. You could also stitch that closed still at this point and then just reach in to use that zipper pouch. I wanted to leave some flexibility for you there with the design, but I absolutely love this concept. I think it can make a really cool pool bag as well, because you could put the towels in there and then the goodies in the compartment. I hope you enjoyed the project and will share photos with me on Instagram and Facebook. I will be back soon with another inspired sewing project. Until then, please know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. Have a beautiful day, everyone.